Hey everybody, it's Rob here. We just got some amazing news. The Campfire Chat will be next week. They just posted this here on the official Battle.net forums and from the official Diablo account. So this is going to be the Campfire Chat. It's going to be happening and this is going to be a big one. Our next Campfire live stream begins on October 2nd, 11 AM PDT. So this is going to be early evening for us here in Europe. It's going to be in just 1 week, guys. And this time it's going to be pretty much on a Wednesday. Usually those are on Thursdays, but now it's on a Wednesday. We're giving an in-depth look at content releasing with Season 6 and the Vessel of Hatred expansion. Associate Community Manager Adam Fletcher hosts alongside rotating cast developers from the Diablo team. We'll also go over learnings from our last PTR and answer questions from the players. So we've had this public test server for a week where we all could test and we gave a bunch of feedback. I also gave a lot of feedback here that I summarized here, and we'll see what exactly is going to make it into the final patch, as well as all this balance kind of stuff. There was also some problems with the itemization, and I'm very much looking forward to what they're going to address here. It's going to be officially streamed on Twitch, on YouTube and X channel, so you can watch this live. I will also react here on this channel. We'll also be live streaming this on YouTube, and we'll make a summary here for you next week on October 2nd, so you can expect all this to come. And there's also going to be another article with a video of the chat, so there's also going to be a written form kind of update. And in the past, guys, we have also gotten the full patch notes after the Campfire. It was usually either on the same day or on the day after we got the full patch notes, and there I'm thinking a lot of balance changes in general. I know people have been a little bit frustrated with some of the difficulties and also with some of the item drop rates, the itemization. You know, these new ancestrals, they have been dropping very, very infrequent. And I think especially, for a more casual player that doesn't have as much time to play, it's going to be very hard to get these items. Then I'm also expecting, obviously, a bunch of updates and changes to the runes. We had the and the Yam rune completely overperforming on the PTR, and we'll see how they're going to tune those down. And then some runes were essentially useless, and some of the new skills were also not feeling that strong, especially the Druid Stone Bust was feeling pretty weak, and certainly could need some love. But in general, I think the concept of runes is going to be unchanged, guys. They're not going to be changing the base mechanics. They're basically just going to balance this. This is my guess. And we'll see. And then I also gave a lot of feedback on the Barbarian stuff and just on other classes. I know a lot of people have given a lot of feedback. We also had this US forums. There's an entire a PTR forum feedback. I've also been reading a lot here, and they had a full list here of PTR feedback and PTR bug reports. There's been many bugs, as you know. We have been hitting for about billions of damage on the PTR with the Thorns Barbarian. I think all these will definitely be changing for sure. We're not gonna hit for infinite damage and stuff. And then also on X here, onto this post, Adam Fletcher also confirmed here 10 minutes ago, the stream won't be the start of Vessel of Hatred news, so expect to hear more in the coming weeks. Or I think he meant to say days here, because we basically have the stream here. So before that, he's saying we're gonna get a lot more news. So we still don't know exactly what the seasonal theme is. We only know it's going to have to do something with realm walkers, but we don't know exactly what it's going to be, what buffs it's going to be. We are missing a lot of information on the Kurast Undercity. We've saw quite some stuff about the Dark Citadel endgame, but we have not seen much about the Undercity. So maybe something like that, or of some of the rune updates, or even some of the mercenary stuff, which we also haven't seen. But there's basically going to be a barrage of news here coming out the next days here. So again, in 1 week we have this Campfire Chat, and then before that we're going to get some news. And then on the 8th, guys, it's time, it's launching. And I'm also expecting to hear in this Campfire Chat the exact time zone, when it's going to launch, for America, for Europe, and all this stuff. And also I really hope, because my internet isn't so good, and I know many of you out there also don't have the best internet, and this is literally hundreds of gigabytes, or at least double-digit gigabytes. So I really hope we're gonna get a pre-download similar to we had it on the PTR. But yeah, as we already had it for the PTR, I'm actually pretty positive that there is gonna be a pre-download available for this. And then another cool thing is that we can also look at. So somebody asked here on the Diablo channel, any more Campfire Chats before launch? Yes, this is coming. I suggest throw in Twitch drops doing chat to drive more eyes to build hype. Can't wait. And then Adam Fletcher replied here, you can expect both. So you guys might remember on the Diablo 4 launch, we had this, you basically watch a streamer and you get like a horse, or you gift some subscription on Twitch here and you get like a free horse in game. And something like this, so some form of like Twitch drops, I guess are also to be accepted. And that would be pretty cool. Like I always like that a lot, and it's gonna be pretty amazing to get some more cool transmogs. I'm hoping like we're gonna get the lion or some of the new transmogs for the new mounts. Well, and then my friends, obviously, they will have to look at the class balance. So I'm not sure right now. The Spiritborn is a big wildcard, and I've compiled this tier list here that I'm also gonna link below, basically from the PTR. But this is not the full picture, and a lot of the stuff here, for example, the infinite thorns damage, whirlwind, like this is not gonna go live. We're not gonna deal this much damage. Like that's not gonna happen. So I'm expecting a lot of bug fixes. I'm expecting a lot of nerfs in general coming. And yeah, one thing here that I hope they won't nerf too much is the Lightning Spear Sorcerer. So you guys know the Lightning Spear Sorcerer is pretty much the build to play in the current season. It was also extremely overpowered on the PTR. Like it was literally, I'll show you some footage here. It was literally blasting down the hardest pits, which is now pit 100 in just a few seconds here. I think like the fastest run like was almost like a minute, and it's basically just a complete speed farm. And we'll see exactly like what they'll do with the Fire Sword, but I hope it's not gonna share the fate of the Hobra Barbs and the Ball Lightning Sorcerer, where they completely got the build. However, this build might steal Spiritborn the show, so I think there's a good chance it's gonna get quite a significant nerf. And the same goes for some of the rogue stuffs. I don't want them to be nerfed, don't get me wrong. Like the rogue has so many strong and cool builds. I just really hope they don't go the nerf way, and I really hope they go the buff way and they just buff, you know, like the minion necromancer again. Frankly, I don't understand why they nerfed it in the first place. I hope they revert the changes on the barb, like the key passive nerfs and all of this stuff. And we have seen a lot of data, like the Barbarian is about 20 tiers behind in the current live season. So I would hope that they rather, you know, buff the other stuff, rather than like, you know, nerf the Lightning Spear Sorceresses and the Rogues right here. There's certainly a lot of builds that need a lot of love as well. There's like some dead builds, like all the core skills on Barb, for example, and then like some of the generators. So there's definitely a lot of things that I could see happening. But I'm not expecting like too many changes, because I think the main focus is on the Spiritborn. And I also think most people are gonna be playing the Spiritborn. It's just an amazing class, and maybe we can make it into this green Barbarian here and just rock some cool builds on the Spiritborn. I already started cooking on some stuff here. Like again, we haven't like really tested this, but I'll have leveling builds, and I also have like my best guess at some of the endgame builds for the Spiritborn out here. Probably like in the next 10 days, we'll see exactly how it's gonna look. But yeah, I'm super hyped for this. And I can't wait, and can't wait to make a tier list and to make like a top 10 builds for you. Obviously, I'll update this all like right after the Campfire Chat is complete. We will like look at this and try to gauge like where each class and where each build ends up here on the skill tree, on the tier list, and see also how fast it's gonna do pit 100, which is the hardest content in the game. And there's also new end games, so it's gonna be wild, my friends. Tune in again October 2nd, and I'll see you soon. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.